So last week I posted a video about Camp Ross, and that is meant to be a parent's guide about whether or not they want to send their kids to Camp Ross, but also a adult leader guide to talk about what they should be expecting once they arrive there. And truth be told, the original edit of that video was 47 minutes long, and I really didn't want to subject you guys to all of that in one video. So what I did is that I broke up the video into the information about Camp Ross itself and then some lessons learned into this video here. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The first one is utilize the patrol method, allow the scouts to lead themselves. Now, that might really be difficult for a lot of adults who are used to doing the work for the Cub Scouts, leading them, getting them to their appointments on time. We were late to quite a few of our activities the first couple of days because we were letting the scouts lead themselves and make sure that they understood that there are consequences and they don't get as much time at the activities as they want if they don't get their act together and they aren't responsive to each other's needs. It also talks about followership because everybody likes to be in charge, but also they don't necessarily listen when they're the ones who are not in charge. So it really builds that storming phase of the team development. So that's a good one that I recommend. Another one is weather. Make sure that you bring good rain gear and a couple of pairs of shoes. My shoes got soaked while I was there, so I had about 3-4 pairs of normal sneakers and then boots that I wore, as did my son and a couple of the other scouts, because as soon as they get wet, they're going to slip into Crocs, which aren't really, preferred in a lot of areas, and we didn't want our scouts to wear them, so we want blisters. Just make sure you have a couple of different shoes while you're out there. Also, bring a bunch of extra underwear to make sure that your scouts are changing their underwear fairly frequently, and also I'd say triple the amount of socks. I'd say like morning, noon, and maybe in the a little bit afternoon. Make sure that your scouts are changing their socks. It's going to make their life so much better. They don't realize how good it feels to put on a brand new pair of socks after you've been walking around them for a couple of hours, maybe getting wet, maybe getting sweaty, sort of thing. So just know about that. For weather protection, a foot locker is not recommended by the packing list, but I recommend you bring a waterproof tote like I talk about in this video here. So that way your stuff is protected from bugs and it's also protected from the elements, because as I said, the tents don't seal up, so they do allow water in. But also, speaking of the tents, insects can get in, so I do recommend the Mosquito Oasis. This is a company that is scout built, so it's made specifically for scouts. I'm not sponsored by them, though the Amazon links down below. I do receive a small commission if you do buy them, but I really tested out 2 of the different ones that they have, like their deluxe one and their normal one, and I think that they work extremely well. I never felt really claustrophobic, and I really think that helped prevent a lot of the bugs from, snuggling up with me in the middle of the night. Some other items that I recommend that you bring in the event that your scouts do not have a mosquito net or a Mosquito Oasis is calamine lotion, Benadryl spray, and Benadryl cream. This is also because there are things like poison ivy. We had poison ivy inside the camp, and we think some of the scouts actually rubbed up against it, even though we told them, hey, stay away from this area. As scouts are going to do what they're going to do, so we saw that some of them were kind of miserable because they were itching in some places, and having that stuff on hand versus constantly having to go to the first aid shack is going to be highly beneficial for you. Another first aid item that you can want to carry with you, at least I wanted to carry more of because I ended up using a lot more than I expected, was the blister packs. Because that hike up to Viewing Rock, we did have quite a few blisters, including myself. I did ended up getting 1 blister on my toe, even though I've broken in these boots. It was something that I had with me and I'm glad I brought, but I wish I brought more for the kids as well. And also make sure that you bring a normal boo-boo bag for hey, I've got a scrape or something, just put a band-aid on it. That way you're not opening up your entire medical kit with you or anything like that. Foot powder is another big one. You throw some foot powder on there, it's going to feel amazing for you as an adult leader and also for your scouts. They don't really appreciate how good that can make you feel and how it can raise your morale by having foot powder. I do recommend that you have a pop-up awning. I put one right in front of my canvas tent. That allowed me an area where I could hang up towels and make sure that they dried out as much as they could with how humid that it was. But also it protected my chairs, it protected a bunch of other equipment, and it kind of helped prevent the rain from coming into the front of my tent. So just another option, make sure you bring one of those if you want to. And finally, it's going to be some 550 cord. You never know when you're going to need that stuff. And it's highly beneficial when you're stringing up your towels, your clothes to let them dry out so they don't stink and all that as much as you can. And there you have it. If you like what I'm doing here, please do all that great YouTube stuff down below. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the original video, check it out right here. Or if you want to get ready for summer camp or maybe some new unit advice, check out this playlist here. But with that, I've been Matt with the Roaming Scouter, and I'll see you out there.